Hello, today we are doing this assignment here, an introduction to circles. Okay, so the first part that I want you to do is make sure that you do this part first. We got to make sure we do part one, introduction to circles. So please go ahead and you're going to open this link right here, and then when you're done, enter your answers in part one down below. Okay. So first go here, and what you're going to get is you're going to get this website right here, okay? And then you're going to do these questions right here, okay? Questions 1 through 10 right here, okay? And this is the website you go to get the information. So don't click on this, click on this, okay? And then you get this website here. It talks about the circle. What is a circle? Circle's easy to make, etc. Okay, so you can draw it, get information. There's other information about it you've got that are very important. Make sure you translate if you need to translate it, okay? And make sure you really understand this well. And then we're going to use that for the assignment. And then when you're done going through this website, again, you're going to answer these questions right here, okay? And then you're going to come back and you're going to put your answers down here for part one, okay? Okay, now once you're done with that, then you're ready to do the actual assignment and solve it. And that's part two of the assignment. So that's the part I'm going to show you the first few questions. So go ahead and download this. Always make sure you hit the arrow right here, okay, and download that. Okay, and then open it in Kami to take notes. Okay, so here's our first question. Find the circumference of each circle. Circumference. Okay, so after you've gone through this website over here, how do we determine the circumference? Well, let's see, the circumference is it's basically right here. It's equal to pi times the diameter, or what I like to use is the diameter is equal 2 times the radius. So remember that the diameter is the whole circle, right? The whole circle, and so the radius is 1/2 of that, okay? Okay, so the radius is half. So if we go over here and we're looking for the circumference, we have we know that the circumference is circumference. I'm going to put C for circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius, okay? Or the same thing is you can go circumference equals pi times the diameter, which is the whole thing. But we have the radius, don't we? So we have the radius. That's r for the radius. So we're going to use this. So we're going to get circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius, which is 5. So you can multiply these together and get 10 pi for the first one, okay? So that's how you do that. Okay, so the next question here is find the circumference of each circle. Circumference. Now, the first one we had pi, right? So if you look at the answers, these all have pi, right? So the answers are going to have pi. Remember, pi is approximately equal to 3.14. Let's see if they put it right here. Okay, so pi is equal to approximately 3.14. And you can find it on your calculator if you go to, most calculators will have it. And let me get rid of this here. So my pi is going to be, in the next question, we'll need to actually calculate pi. So pi is, where is pi on the graphing calculator? Right here. See the blue one right here? But it's in blue, so you have to go second pi right there if you want to put it. But you don't need it right now. So now let's go to question number 2. We're going to find the circumference, and we have the radius. So circumference is equal to 2 pi r. We have that, the radius, so we're going to do 2 times pi times 12, and that's 24 pi, right? This multiplied by that. But we don't have 24, right? Because they're actually giving us, we're supposed to use our calculator's value of pi in this one and round the answer to the nearest tenth. So I've got to take my calculator and go to, where's my calculator? I got to go close. Let me clear this. I got to go 24 second pi, enter, 75.39. So what it does is it multiplies 24 times 3.14. So I can get, what was it again? 75.39. So the nearest tenth is 75.4. So that would be this one right here, okay? Okay, what's the next one? So number 3, find the circumference of each circle. Now here it's different. We have the whole, when we get the line all the way through, that's the diameter, right? So we're going to go ahead and use this one here. Okay, or if you want, you can divide. You can take the 18 if you're used to using 2 pi r. Then you can take this 18 and you can go 18 divided by 2 is equal to 9. So the radius is equal to that. So I had 2 pi times 9. So that's equal to 18 pi. So that's going to be this one right here. Again, they leave it as pi, so you just leave it like that. When you see the answer choices have pi in them. What if we don't have pi? What if we need to use a calculator of r? Round to the nearest tenth to find the circumference. So again, this is 6, so the radius equals 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So I go to circumference equals 2 pi r. This is 3, 2 pi times 3. This is 6 pi. Okay, but we need to convert it. So we need to go to our calculator, 6 times pi. 6 times second pi, enter, 18.84. So that's going to be this one right here, okay? Number 5, find the diameter of each circle. Okay, this is a different kind of question. We're going to use our calculator's value of pi. So number 5 says the circumference is 69. So they start by giving us the circumference. So what we're going to do, let me make this bigger here. I should have given more area for this one right here. So we know that circumference is equal to, sorry. Okay, I don't like this, so I'm going to go to the eraser. And then I'm going to get my drawing. Okay, so we know circumference is still equal to 2 pi r, right? But now we have the circumference, and it's 69.1. So 69.1 is equal to 2 pi times the radius. Well, we have got answers. We don't have pi, so we're going to need to take this pi and convert it to 3.14. So I'm going to go to 2 times second pi, enter, 6.28. So here I'm going to go, what did I do, 6.28? So 69.1 equals 6.28 times r. And then we're going to divide by 6.28. And then this goes away, and then 69.1 divided by 6.1 divided by 6.28. I get 11.03 for my radius, but they're looking for the diameter. So I got to remember, everybody, the radius is equal to, but we want the diameter, so times 2 equals 22. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you got to be really careful. So let's do another one. Let's go to number 6. Here we're being told, okay, now we're being told the area. We haven't done the area yet. Well, I need to go back here. I should have shown you one with the area. Can't believe I didn't. Okay, I'm going to have to come back and show you number 6, but first I want to show you 7, 8, and 9, okay? So just wait for a little bit. We'll come back to this, okay? Because I need to show you more, okay? And same with number 7. So let's just wait for number 7. First, let's do number 8, okay? Let's do number 8 because we need to go make sure that the area is different. Remember, the area is, if we remember from the website, the area is going to be, area, there we go. So area right here, okay? That's going to be pi times the radius squared, okay? So that's the formula we need right there. So remember, the radius again is the halfway distance to the middle of the circle to the edge. So we need, so area, okay, so let me get my pen, there we go. And we got, so area equals pi times the radius squared. Well, here what do we have? We have the diameter. That's not the radius. Diameter's all the way through. So we need to take this 19 and turn it into the radius, which is 9.5. Okay, so area equals pi times 9.5 squared. If we go to our calculator, we go to 9.5, 2 enters, 90.25. So that's area equals 90.25 times pi. Do I see it here? No. Well, that's because we need to use the calculator's value of pi and round to the nearest tenth. So I need to take this and go 90.25 and then go times second pi, enter, and I get 283.5. 283.5. There we go. Okay. So what next? Find the circumference of each circle. Okay, this is going to be where you do your review. Okay, so from here on out, the rest of the questions, there's not that many, but you go ahead and finish those off, and that'll be your review questions. Okay. All right. Well, how do we get numbers 6 and 7? You may want to try it if you want, but I will go ahead and show you the solution for those as well. Okay. Okay. So here we're being told that the area is, so remember, area equals pi r squared. Here we've got the area is 12.6 pi, but what is the radius? So we're looking for, well, we're looking for the diameter, right? The diameter. So we first need to get the radius. Okay, so we go to 12.6 divided by pi. So that is going to be, let's calculate that first. 12.6 divided by second pi, enter. So I get 4.01. So 4.01 equals r squared. Now if you remember to solve, we need to get the radius, right? So we need to go to, we need to get rid of that, right? So if we do this, this is going to be about 2 is equal to radius. But remember, that's the radius. We need the diameter. So we have to go times 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Okay? So you got to be real careful on that. Okay? So now let's try this one over here. Find the circumference of each circle. Oh, this is tricky because we're finding the circumference, but we're given the area. How do we do that? Well, to get the area, remember, we need area equals pi r squared. Well, we have the circumference. Circumference equals 2 pi r. Okay, what do we have? We have the oh, no, we need the circumference. Sorry, we want the circumference, but we have the area. 91.6 equals pi r squared divided by pi. So 91.6 divided by pi, enter, I get 29.15. So I get 29.15 equals r squared. And then what we have to do is we have to go to, take the square root. Okay, so we go 29.15. Second. Oh, actually, I'm supposed to do that first. Sorry, I go second square root 29.15, enter. So I get 5.39. Okay, so I'm almost out of video, so I'm going to make it quick. So I take the square root, my radius is 5.39, but I'm looking for the circumference. So I have to go back to this equation, and the 5.39 goes here. And then I calculate times 2 to get that. But they want it in that form, so I have to multiply 10.8 times pi, and I get 33.92. Okay, so that's how you do those. So do the rest of the assignment, and make sure you enter your answers into Canvas.